All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Metroid Marathon Prime. We are continuing Prime Time today with a game that I am definitely playing on real hardware today. We're gonna play Metroid Prime Pinball. Uh, but first off, Mojo, I'm not alone here. You wanna? Yeah, actually, we do need the incentives changed. If somebody could update those on the tech side back at Ether. The only incentive for today's run is going to be Dreadperty, because this game is a little bit weird, in case you can't tell from the fact that it's a pinball game at Metroid Marathon. Mojo, could you say something to introduce yourself to the lovely audience, and so I can make sure that the audio is balanced all right?
Hello.
Hello!
Am I audible?
You sure are. I believe you are
Excellent.
all set for audio here. Great. All right, we'll also be getting Reg to join us as well here shortly, which is good because we're going to need access to that Jeopardy board for donations. Keep in mind, every $100 that we get... Oh, there he is. Hey, Reg.
Hi. Yes, I'm Reg. I will be commentating over the lovely gameplay of pinball. Carry on as you were.
All right, fantastic. Cool. So we've got Jeopardy as our main donation incentive. Every $100 that the marathon raises, we'll be doing Jeopardy-style questions about Metroid. I'm going to do my best to answer them. We've had some wild, distinct, wild categories. I'm excited for that to pull up and for me to absolutely beef some questions here. But what is Metroid Prime Pinball? Metroid Prime Pinball is a game that not many people have heard of, and is the reason that I am on Metroid Marathon today. Because I was the fool who asked in chat for Metroid Marathon 1, well, where's Metroid Prime Pinball? And then they were like, well, you should play Metroid Prime Pinball. And so here I am. So,
you contribute much more than this, Sterling.
I sure do.
You are wonderful.
I'm aware of this, yes. But we're going to get
Please don't undersell my friend.
Aw, thanks, Bojo. Yeah, I very much appreciate this group. I also do the scheduling. But as I am remote, Metroid Prime Pinball is the only game you'll be seeing me play during this marathon because I am the pinball guy. One thing additionally to note is that pinball is the only game that we don't promise we'll beat, because pinball is hard and weird, and I've got about a 50% victory rate of winning pinball during my allotted time. I'm going to rely on my lovely co-hosts to keep an eye on the clock, because I don't have the schedule up like a fool, so when we're getting close, let me know, and if I haven't beaten the game at that point, I can just skip to the final boss, and I can try beating the final boss so we can at least see what that looks like. But you can actually win pinball, as chat has asked. So basically, the goal of this game is to collect the 12 Chozo artifacts, and then go beat Metroid Prime. And if that sounds familiar, well, it should, because that's the goal of Metroid Prime 1. Because this is just a retelling of Metroid Prime 1. And in fact, you'll see that a lot of these areas are going to look very familiar. Including the Talon Overworld and the Pirate Frigate are the two areas that you get to start at. And then beyond that, there are two boss areas, in Fendrana Drifts, and then another one at the Phazon Mines. And then we fight Ridley at the Artifact Temple once we have all 12 artifacts. And again, you'll see how all this works. And finally, we'll have an actual fight with Metroid Prime herself at the Impact Crater. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm triggering a bunch of stuff to hopefully try to get me some artifacts. There's a bunch of missions. And in fact, this is the game with the most of Samus actually bounty hunting. So in the upper right, you'll see that little hologram. I'm fighting off this Metroid, which is always dangerous. Oh goodness, we just got a donation. And I just absolutely beefed it on that. But don't worry, Mark, I don't think it was your donation, but thank you so much for the $50. I do believe that means that we have to do a trade redeem.
It will. It will certainly mean a Dreadperty question.
All right. Reg,
Yes.
given you are the one at home base, I'm going to rely on you to actually present the Dreadperty question. I know that there are a bunch of categories. I would like to take the highest difficulty of Are We the Baddies that it has not been called yet.
Are we the baddies 1 or 2, sir?
First one.
We did do that question, but
Whichever
We could
one,
do
the
400.
value one that's
Yes.
available. Oof.
But I'm
start.
just reading off the $50 donation. Thank you, Chum Bucket. Oh yeah, it's pinball time.
It sure
Remove
is.
ricotta cheese from the slinch. Any extra goes to keeping cheese off the slinch. Oh my goodness.
That's very
All
funny.
right. Let us see right here.
I will trust tech to figure out how to distribute that appropriately to make sure we're tracking the slench.
Yes.
For those who are following and don't quite know what we're talking about when you mentioned the slench, toward the end of the marathon, we are going to be eating a pizza based off the donations that you all contribute to design that pizza. We've had some weird pizzas in the past from the slench. The first year we had some horrible anchovy pineapple combination. I believe last year we had like a breadstick almost because all the ingredients were removed except jalapenos, if I recall correctly. So it's basically just breadsticks. Oh, and garlic, that's right. So it's just like spicy garlic breadsticks. We do have to explain ourselves every time we order it to the pizza places that we're ordering from. So if you want to make that conversation more awkward, you can donate by typing !donate in the chat and contributing. But more donations. All right, Mojo, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's only one Dreadpretty question, but nonetheless, immensely appreciated. Yeah, Reg, do you have that Dreadpretty question ready for me?
We are getting that going momentarily.
All right. Just in time.
In the
for me to ask
meantime,
and mess
I
up
will
this
read
multi-ball.
my own donation message.
That's a fun thing that most people don't get to do, huh?
So Mojo has donated $65 and says Slunch mods per sterling, please. So whatever you want to do the pizza with $65, friend.
I would like to put $65 against anchovies, no matter what status anchovies are currently at. Because if you want to make us suffer as a team, I want to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
The only member of the team who likes anchovies is Mike.
So, we have our Dreadpretty question. We're doing, are we the baddies? For 200. This recurring boss of the Metroid franchise undergoes big changes from the first introduction.
Who is Kraid?
Our final answer, who is Kraid? All right. The answer is none other than Kraid. Yes, who is Kraid? We would have also accepted who is Ridley, who has over 13 forms from the original, over the course of the franchise.
I feel like Kraid's is definitely the biggest departure, though.
Kraid's is literally bigger. Yeah, that was. Thank you for finding that place and going there, because that's what I wanted the answer to be whenever it came up on stream.
Right. So who put together Jeopardy questions? Was it you, Meredith? Do I recall that correctly?
I didn't do all of them. I did lots though. Yeah, it wasn't all me. There were a couple from someone else. Like when I got there, the template wasn't completely empty, but I did sit down one day and I was like, oh shoot, we got to do this. And I got all the wikis and all of the internet trivias, and I was like, how do I know this much about Metroid? This doesn't make any sense. It was very fun.
It turns out when you do, how many charity marathons? We've done like 8 of them under the Metroid Marathon name. I mean, 2 of them were other marathons where we didn't play explicitly Metroid games. But still, that adds up. That's a lot of exposure to this franchise.
Yes. And I did learn lots of things while I was doing my internet equivalent of research. I wasn't technically on the John while I did it, but basically that.
You might as well have been, yeah.
Basically.
So what we're doing now is we're doing another one of our bounty missions. Fun fact, this is the game I think where Samus does the most bounties, because that hologram in the upper right is the main way that we get artifacts, and that is by, we trigger that, and then there's some bounty where I usually have to hit the ball around in order to usually defeat some enemies. There is also a donation incentive that I've given myself for this, where I will be contributing $20 for every time a Triclops throws me right down the center. Because that will happen.
Also, this is a pinball game where Samus is not always ball.
That's true, yeah. So this is one of the instances where Samus is not ball. Yeah, that was the wall jump segment, which are usually some good, pretty easy artifacts, which are nice. And when they're not artifacts, they're also extra lives, which is even better. These little missions here, where I stand up, basically, are basically just shoot a bunch of enemies that are flying at you. There's 2 different boards. This board, it's beetles, And on the Pirate Frigate Shriek Bats are more of a pain in the butt than the Beetles are. And basically just kill them all before you get hit 4 times. And if you do that, then you get an artifact.
Oh, you also obliterated a Metroid.
I sure did, yeah. So the Metroids will just kind of show up and make your life miserable. They're a real pain to deal with, especially because, as you can see, the hologram right now for my next bounty mission is kill 2 Metroids. And that's annoying because you bounce off of them really hard, which is a bit of a pain, because you're very likely to just bounce yourself immediately into the pit for just trying to hit a Metroid, because how dare you try to actually do the goal of this game. So, one other thing that I did notice
And I wanted to read off momentarily that we did get a $65 donation as well. Thank you, Mojo. $65 for Slench Mods per Sterling, please.
I do believe
So
we
I
already
believe-
got that one, but also we just got a
Oh,
donation
okay.
from J Artis.
Yes, we did. Thank you. And on behalf of Sweden, $25 towards bananas. That's
is that
nuts.
an option?
Or Swedish fish.
We will see. Right now, we do have pineapple on as one of the options. I will add something for bananas.
We'll have to ask the local pizza place at Aether if that's an option. But I did also note that there was a question in the chat earlier for whether I would be getting my own personal slench. Maybe? I hadn't thought about it. There's nothing stopping me. I've got a local pizza place I like a lot, and they've seen me order a lot of weird stuff, so who knows? It depends, because I am also pretty lactose intolerant, so we'll see how much cheese ends up on it. That's something that I only recently discovered. That's fun. It's great.
Oh,
I gotta say it's great because I didn't realize how miserable my gastrointestinal system was for my entire life until I stopped eating dairy. And then it's incredible. We don't need to get into too many details because that's probably not the most fun thing for a charity stream. However, we're at our first boss here. We're going to be getting
Let's
a power
go.
up. Yes, there are power-ups in this game. We're going to get the power bomb first and fight our first boss.
Excellent.
So if anybody was paying attention to the Metroid Prime run earlier, you will recognize this boss as Thardus. I just dropped my power bomb. I only have 1 in reserve. I can't get any expansions or anything like that, unfortunately. But Thardus is just going to roll around and throw rocks at us. Surprise, pretty similar to... Oh, so we got another $10 donation. Thank you so much, Van
and
Goyo.
Yeah.
yes, Van Goyo 90.
No.
At first I-
Okay, that's $20 on the Triclops counter.
Oh no.
Continue though, Reg.
Yes. At first I questioned how accurate the game could be to the original, but there is a lot of backtracking in pinball.
There
How
is
true.
actually. So if I don't get all 12 artifacts by the time I visit every board, then I do need to go back to a board. So I know the backtracking you're referring to is probably just the ball moving back and forth, but that is also a thing you have to deal with if you don't pick up everything on the way.
Van Goyo, if you could add into chat if you would like your $10 to go towards for or against any pizza toppings. We're all ears.
Did you at one point have 2 balls and one was blue and one was orange? I
Yes,
feel like
that
this
was part of a phase-on multi-ball, and there were like special orbs around that I could collect with one ball but not the other, and the other ball would bounce hard off of it. This game's really cool. I will say, as far as pinball games go, this one's great. It's still pinball. So ultimately, I think that this game is at its best when you're not actually trying to win and you're just trying to have a good time with whatever it is you're doing in this game.
Just some
Basically,
paddle physics.
yeah, if you're just trying to have a chill time with a video game, this is a good one. However, if you're trying to beat this game, let's say it's more of a challenge to enjoy. So this is one of the ones that we don't promise a Metroid Marathon that we'll beat. Again, about a 50% victory rate at Metroid Marathons for this game. Certainly going to give it my best. But one of the biggest factors for whether or not you're going to do well in your run is usually based off of how many extra lives you get. And so far I've gotten 0. I'm not super hopeful for this run, but like we've still got a shot. It's pinball, so who knows?
Are What are these letters?
My hardware is showing up when I'm hitting the left and right bumper because my hardware, definitely hardware, has a setting that's a little different. Let me actually see if I can change the background input should probably be off. Well, we're not gonna waste too much time on that. We just got another donation. From my mom.
From Mom. Sterling is amazing.
You're
and
not wrong.
With that, lovely $50.98. We're now at a nice even number. I think we should have crossed a threshold before to do another
Dread question.
Dread
Yeah.
So I will get another question up and going.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you, Reg. All right. I think I want just whatever's available for more Are We the Baddies questions, because those sound good. I'm about to get the missile launcher, which seems a little weird to get this late in a Metroid game, but also, whatever. Just get right before fighting the Omega Pirate. Is that this boss's name? I think that's this boss's name.
We started with the morph ball, so I think that all bets are off, right?
Basically, yeah. Who knows? We're gonna find out. So here's what I'm going to do.
Question is coming right up. Go ahead.
So I'm going to
And then we'll go into the question.
I gotta kill the small fry, and then I'm going to use the missiles I just got to destroy his armor. And then hopefully I can one-shot him with the power bomb up here. No, it didn't quite one-shot him, but he's down to 1 health. So even if he recovers his armor, I should be able to finish him off.
Get him. Go, 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 go.
Oh, come on. Gotta avoid these
All
missiles,
right.
though, because these missiles will send me directly... They'll just rocket me around and make it really hard to control. So, all right, that is 2 of the bosses down, 2 of the 4 bosses.
Let's go.
And now I just need to get more artifacts. I'm at 10 artifacts, so let's go to the Pirate Frigate and see if we can get the last 2, and then we'll go fight Ridley, assuming I survive. I usually like starting in Talon Overworld because the Pirate Frigate is meaner. Oh, thank goodness.
Speaking of
extra ball.
2,
yeah,
I was wondering, for Are We the Baddies, for 400, and Metroid 2, this is the only non-Metroid boss encounter.
Ooh, the original Metroid 2, though.
Yes.
Oh man, I think there was the digger thing in Metroid, or in the remake. But as for the original, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna guess some sort of weird robot.
Some sort of weird robot. I just have the tech here, so I don't know for sure if it is a weird robot. But the answer we're looking for is who is Arachnus? Arachnus.
I'm not
Which
sure.
might be a
Arachnus
spider robot. But
He's got like the turtley neck, and he's hidden on one of the Chozo statues. Like you go in to get the ball, but it's actually a boss.
Yeah.
this optional
Alright.
boss conceals the spring ball item.
That's right. I do vaguely remember that. Not a robot. Yeah, I don't get those points, unfortunately. But hopefully that gave somebody the chance in chat to feel a little smug. So proud of you all. All right. So I just need to not die, and we'll get to Ridley. Oops.
Oh,
All right. Mission over. We did not win this attempt at Metroid Prime Pinball. However, let's enter our initials
jackets
here.
are coming off.
Jacket's coming off. It's actually kind of toasty in my office, which I didn't expect. But yeah. Let's see.
And Sterling, I might have missed it, but that $65 for pizza. What topping did you want that to go for or against?
Against anchovies.
Against anchovies.
I want it to be hard for people to put anchovies on the pizza. If they want us to suffer, they're going to work for it. I
am wholeheartedly with you. Support where you put your money.
All right. Well, we're going to try again, because unfortunately with Metroid Prime Pinball, one of the reasons why this is a little weird and we don't promise we'll beat it is I'm back to the beginning. We just got to start over. No upgrades, no artifacts, back to 0 everything.
You got 2 letters of your name, though.
It's true. That's true. Those letters I get for doing the mini loop in the center, like beneath that ramp. And when I do that 5 times and fill out the full name of Samus, that's when I get to go into combat, which is one of the easier ways to get another artifact. So I am a fan of doing that one. All There's a bunch of ways to get artifacts outside of the bounties. There's, of course, the combat. There's the wall jumping. There's also getting your bounty multiplier up to 10. There's the hurry up, which you trigger a bunch of points on the map, and then you hit the ball up a specific ramp in the time. And also, one thing that I'm not able to do based off of my current hardware setup is the fact that this game has, because this game came out on the DS, you can swipe on the screen as your tilt. So you can modify the trajectory of your ball just a little bit, which definitely helps you avoid moments like when I just lost my last run. So definitely not necessary to win the game, but it definitely does help if you get those reactions up. So currently I have 31 more seconds in order to hit those last burrowers. Let's see if I can... Nope. Yeah, I might not get time to finish this, unfortunately. But that's pinball for you. Ooh, I got it! Yeah!
Let's go.
Yeah. If I get an extra ball here, every time I do this, every time I go into this roulette, I always want an extra ball. That's always going to be the best thing. The second best thing is a force field, which is that little laser thing at the bottom that prevents me from falling through the middle, because that means I'm functionally invincible and can take much riskier shots. Gives me a lot more control when I have that covered up. Not just that it prevents me from dying, is that it gives me a lot more maneuverability to make precise shots.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I had to learn like a lot of it's funny because doing research for how to get better at this game involved actually learning how to play pinball better, which is like its whole subculture. Like anybody who's done a deep dive on like some subreddit or whatever knows how deep internet subcultures get. At the pinball subculture, it's no different. And one of the things that you'll note is that like doing this in order to switch which paddle you're on. There's little things like that that you learn about. There's little things like learning what it means when your ball's locked, because that's just like a common term on a lot of tables, including hurry up. That's another one. All these terms are just things the game kind of expects you to know. I have a physical copy, and I can tell you for certain that the instruction manual does not exist. There's no instruction manual for this game. So the game really does just kind of expect you to know a bunch of basic pinball jargon, which I get asked about a lot on these sorts of streams. Most of the ways to get better at pinball are just playing a lot of pinball, but a lot of it also comes down to knowing what your goals are and knowing like how to get a lot of points in your board. Granted, beating this game is not the same as getting a lot of points, it just happens to help. So
How to juggle!
Yeah, reactions, figuring out what angles of trajectory the balls are going to be coming back to you at, figuring out like where you can get your advantages. It's really kind of a knowledge plus reflexes game. So similar to a lot of video games that we play, it's just like you practice and you read up on it and you'll get better. It's just not something that a lot of people think about. And I did get a super jackpot, which is great. I wasn't expecting that, and that's another way to get an artifact.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of points, which is great. So I'm a quarter way to my first extra ball. So you get an extra ball for raw points alone at 2 million. Then your next one's at 5 million, and I think beyond that is like 15 million. So like realistically, you're only getting 1, maybe 2 extra balls from points on a run, even a good one. I believe my high score is somewhere in like 19,000-ish, which is like the 38th best Metroid Prime Pinball score ever recorded on the internet. So that was on my Twitter bio for a while. I'm more on Blue Sky these days, but also haven't checked if people have been uploading better scores for Metroid Prime Pinball that I gotta compete with. But so far, yeah, this is a good first ball. We got the maxed out bounty multiplier bonus, which is nice. Just another free artifact. A lot of stuff is coming up well, but also it's pinball, so who knows how long it's going to stay that way. I haven't even gotten the first... wait, no, we did Burrow Bash, so we still got another whole... bounty to do, at least. Oh, we switched it from Metroids to Triclopses, and that's nice as well. But, yeah, I was watching some of the Metroid Prime remastered run earlier. That was nice, because that was our first introduction for Metroid Marathon to Reg. Hey, Reg, did you get a proper chance to introduce yourself as our newest team member during the Metroid Prime run?
I did a little bit of that during the initial, yes, actual Prime run, but I'll say it for those who are new here. Hi,
Love to.
I'm Reg, Pepper Pony, Premium Gas. I end up going by a few different handles. But yeah, I know some of the folks here and liked the Metroid collection, and I'm here to help this year. It's just talking. Maybe in the future it'll be a little bit of gameplay, but for now I'll leave the pinballing to the ones who are pretty ballin'.
Well, thanks, bud. Hey, if you ever want to learn pinball, I wouldn't object to not being the only one on the team who knows how to play this game.
You did the thing! You got all 5!
I did, yeah. So this is already level 2. We've like barely done any bounties, but we're rolling in artifacts, which is great. And we haven't lost any balls yet. Haven't gotten any extra balls, but we've got a lot of points. So we're probably realistically going to get an additional extra ball from raw points this run. Mojo, I don't know if you've gotten a proper introduction in a while either. This is your first appearance on the marathon for this whole marathon.
Yes.
You wanna give a more thorough introduction of yourself?
Oh, sure. My name is Mojo. I am the resident crafter on the team, one of the resident crafters and artists on the team. I come at you live from SR388, and just I'm hanging out. It is a no bones, no pants, noodle bones day. I'm crafting and I'm hanging out with my friend Sterling, watching him rock this video game.
That sounds like a
And
great
we're
way to spend a Friday.
Yes, and we're here supporting Direct Relief together. Direct Relief is the bee's knees, in my humble opinion. They're a charity organization that does disaster relief and also supports just destitute populations, so they can help with day-to-day operations and also disaster relief. So if there's a tsunami or a hurricane or other natural disaster du jour, or like there was this pandemic thing that we've all experienced in the recent history. There sure was. And so they're a not-for-profit organization stationed out of California, USA, but they support over 75 countries worldwide, and I think every dollar that you donate is leveraged into about $40 in supplies and materials. So that adds up, and for every dollar that you donate to this event this weekend, 100% of that is going to Direct Relief. None of that money comes to the volunteers of the team here. I guess Tiltify gets their cut from the platform, but that money is going directly to Direct Relief's accounts.
Or getting the money as directly to them as possible. I'm always astounded by how good of a job charities do at turning money into more money.
Yes,
they're very good at it.
It's like what they do or something.
Yeah,
it's like they're how they operate. I am currently making prizes for a different charity event.
Mojo's very involved in the charity stream world. You're a regular on Zeldathon, I recall correctly. Yes.
Correct. I have dabbled in. I did some Pokeathon experience and some prize work. I muscled my way onto the Metroid Marathon team several years ago.
You have been an outstanding addition to this team. Because I think you joined in Marathon 3, if I recall.
I watched Marathon 2, and then Marathon 3 I showed up. I got invited. There was no shenanigans. Like I got permission to be there, but then I came and I think I wore some costumes, and I brought my brother, who not only is wonderful for charity, but also a gamer. So all the things that I am and more.
Yes, he's our other M player.
Yes.
Who's the first M player?
Me, I think. There's so many M's on our team.
That's
Matt
true.
and Mark and Mike and Meredith and me all are M's.
All right, just like in Metroid Prime, if you leave a morph ball bomb for these Triclopses, they will pick it up instead of you and then explode. But okay, we've got how many artifacts we got? 8 artifacts. That's pretty good. So really, let's see if I can just speedrun the rest of these tables and get us over to Ridley. How am I doing on time? I believe I've given myself 2 hours on this run. on the schedule?
It's been 35 minutes, so you've got time.
Great.
You do have about 2 hours. 8 p.m. Eastern is when the next event is supposed to kick off.
Great.
According to the Weather Channel.
All right. I got both the Triclopses.
And just to reiterate for those, yes, we believe you all are very generous individuals who would willingly give to charity, but we want to make it a little bit more fun. So if you want to go and type in !Slench, SLENCH, you can see what you can put your money towards toppings for a pizza we will have to eat at the end of the whole event. This money is not going towards paying for the pizza, but your donation can be towards influencing what toppings go on the pizza or not on the pizza. We are currently knees deep in there basically being no cheese on the pizza.
Oh no.
Oh,
do you want to make our lives a little easier and make that conversation with the pizza place a little less awkward? You can donate by typing !donate in the chat. If anybody missed earlier, I have a personal donation incentive. For every time a Triclops throws me right down the center, I'm donating $20. And so far, this happened twice.
I will match that, Sterling.
Oh, you'll match it? Ooh, all right.
And for every $100 we reach, we will do a Dreadperdy or Metroid trivia question.
An off-brand
that has the chance to be answered incorrectly or correctly.
That's true.
We've been doing pretty good though. For what I did, I slept for a little while, so I missed a couple of questions. I took a small nap.
I do remember one being like, "What are other names that Ridley is known for?" And just everybody was like, everybody just completely whiffed it. And it was 2 names that I had never heard of. So it was very.
That was the $100 question. For the category we're on.
Yeah, I remember that was a very funny moment in the Prime run.
This is why when you give the person who knows a little bit about Metroid the job of choosing how hard a question is, they're all hard. They're all hard questions, Brent.
All right, so we got the power bomb. Let's see if I can get another power bomb before actually waking up the Omega Pirate. But we can get the missile launcher and take out the Omega Pirate here. Clean up the Pirate Frigate. And I'd say we're in a pretty good spot. But also, man, I could really use an extra ball right now. Always and forever could use an extra ball.
Chat, will you please put exclamation part new ball into the chat so that we can get another ball?
Quick, one of the mods added a new ball command. Wow, it didn't even let me shoot the little guys because they were just spawning as I started the combat. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's rude. Yeah, these little guys are annoying, and this is one of the reasons why I don't like doing the Pirate Frigate as my first map, because these guys will show up occasionally instead of Metroids. And their missiles will just knock you around. So avoiding getting hit by them is pretty important. Alright, so... broke open the missile tank. Got the missile tank. I didn't get another power bomb though, so this is gonna require more skill. No. Oops.
Good.
That's a bummer. All right. What was that donation? Oh wait.
We have a $25 donation from Crone Edwardian, which is the following: 8-ball, basketball, soccer ball, baseball, volleyball, tennis ball, yarn ball. We ballin'.
So many balls.
Nice.
Thank you for the donation.
Thanks for the balls, friend.
All right. Let's blow off his armor, and then he's going to go into a recovery period, and let's see if we can absolutely wreck him during this. I've got a bad angle for this. Oh no, and all the small fry showed up. All right.
Okay.
All right, I dropped the power bomb that I got up there. Okay.
There are lots of missiles.
All right, got him. Woo. All right. 2 bosses down. Got another artifact. we're at 11? Yeah. So we technically need one more artifact, but we do need to go hit up the pirate frigate, unfortunately. So, and I'm only on 1 life. We're gonna see how this goes. It's gonna be rough.
Please, more balls.
Let's see if I can. Oh, didn't get the angle right. Let's see if I can speed run this table. Man. Missing my angles on the basic bounty shots.
Oh no.
So I will pretend to know this game that well. In terms of control over the game, pinball often looks like it's just random chaos and whatnot. How much are you in control of progressing to one area to the next and getting what you need in order to actually beat it?
So one of the basic things to understand about pinball is the fact that where on the flipper you hit the ball is very important for angling it. So that's really going to be your main thing, is getting the angles of your shots right based off of when you hit the flipper button, when the ball is on the flipper. So because it'll, like, the ball is traveling across now, if I hit it the right angle, like I did there, that was basically timing where it was on the paddle for that. Oh no!
So many bugs. We got space fleas.
We do, but unfortunately we're not gonna get them this time. All right, that is 2 attempts.
Good job. You're
All
showing
right.
us how hard this game is. I love it.
I know the chat appreciates it, but oof, this one, I would not call it an easy game. Mostly because, like, again, it's very fun if you're just trying to play it and have a good time. If you are trying to actually beat it, that's when it gets stressful. Which, unfortunately, is what I'm doing right now. So, at the very least, I'll make sure that you all see all of the tables. Hopefully we'll get to Ridley naturally, and then, one way or another, I will show off the Metroid Prime final boss as well, because there is a special power-up in this game that does not exist in any other Metroid game, that you only get in the final boss.
That would have been a really good trivia question.
It would have. I mean, this is also the game where Samus does the most bounty hunting, as you're actually doing bounties on a regular basis, which is very funny to think about. Oh, no! This is bad timing on my part. Alright,
It's a mulligan. Oh no, it's not. We just squandered a ball. Oh no.
we sure did. I could restart,
We
but
sure
honestly,
did.
doesn't matter that much. So, obviously there's a lot going on. But do you two have any questions about this game?
What does lock is lit mean?
Ah, yes. You can put the fire emoji at the end of it. No, I kid.
Right?
So, lock is lit basically just means it's ready to lock your ball. And ball locking is something that is a term used in a lot of pinball tables to basically imply that you are stocking up a ball in order to prepare for a multi-ball. So when you lock your ball, it's basically saying, I'm storing this up for a multi-ball later, and then it just gives you another free ball to replace it. It usually does not cost you one of the balls that you used. $100 from Steve! Steve, buddy, you didn't have to.
Oh.
That's great!
Well, there's so many Steves. I wonder if
That's
it's
so
our
generous.
Steve.
Oh, no. That's a good point. I don't know which Steve this is. I'm only assuming it's the Steve that myself and Maddie know pretty well. He's in, I think, technically 3 different tabletop campaigns that we're involved in.
Incredible.
But,
There's
yeah,
$100
let's,
from Steve that says all towards removing sauce from the sludge.
No!
Something, don't save the animals.
Oh, no,
That's
that's very funny.
GDQ reference there, and I'm looking so forward to dying of dehydration eating this thing.
Are we going to end up with breadsticks again?
Looks like it.
Be very funny. If we do end up with none pizza left beef, that'll be pretty funny. None pizza left beef
Right
for
now
charity.
we have none pizza left Metroid.
Wait, did Metroid seriously get added onto the pizza?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do for that? Like fried jellyfish?
That's what I was thinking. It's like it's a jellyfish. It's also spicy, like you probably shouldn't eat stingy thingy.
Probably not.
We think maybe it's gummy candy. Maybe it's a gusher. I thought also maybe pepperoni because of the 3 nuclei.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to do that. I think that definitely is it. We crossed another $100 for a Jeopardy question.
That's true.
We'll finish up. Are we the baddies for 500?
Yeah, hit me.
Ridley does not make an appearance in these 5 franchise titles.
Ooh. Oh wow. Okay.
Who's in this game?
Okay, we're gonna stop and think about this one. $20 for
gotta try to-
Colin. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna think about this. So, God, another one. Okay,
We're over $1,000 for charity.
we are. This is fantastic. Thank you all so much for your generosity. But I do want to think about the 5 games that don't have Ridley. Okay, I don't think Metroid 2 is Ridley.
I believe that as well.
Does. Oh man. Okay, so I think that if we're letting it count, then I think that the remake of Metroid 2 doesn't have Ridley. So we're gonna add that one in there as well. Fusion kind of has Ridley, but I think that would be counted as no, because it's only kinda. So I'm gonna say Fusion.
What do you mean by kind of?
Well,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
it's X Parasite
Technically.
Ridley.
It doesn't say the Ridley.
So because it's X Parasite Ridley, I think it only counts as a maybe. And then, no, wait, no. The remake of Metroid 2 does have Ridley at the end, so I can't put that one in. Okay, so Metroid 2, Metroid Fusion, Federation Force doesn't have Ridley. That's number 3.
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime 2 doesn't have Ridley.
I got Connor here saying Metroid Blast.
I don't know if that counts.
Metroid Blast, like the
that might-
Nintendo Wii one, definitely has Ridley.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mojo would know,
Yeah,
and
'cause
I
he-
think that one does
Yeah,
have Ridley.
because
I think for
he
the 5th one,
obliterates me.
okay, forgive me if I'm stepping out of bounds here, but I don't think Dread
Does he
had
show
Ridley.
Pinball?
I played a lot of Dread, but also it's been like 2 years now. So I'm gonna go final answer: Metroid 2, Federation Force, Metroid Prime 2, Dread, and Fusion. What's the actual answer?
I don't remember.
Answer is none other than Metroid 2,
Oh, that's what y'all.
Yep.
Metroid Prime 2,
Yep.
Metroid Prime Hunters,
Oh, okay.
Prime Federation Force, and Dread with a question mark.
Okay, so
Oh wait, no, as in the answer is in the form of a question. Never mind.
Correct.
gotcha. Okay, so Fusion. So the question asker did count Fusion's appearance of Ridley, which is like technically an X Parasite version of Ridley, and technically Ridley himself appeared for like 6 seconds before he crumbled to dust. That does technically count, so that's fair. It's just I was struggling to think of 4 other games, so I assumed that
Look.
had to be one of them.
My toilet internet search told me so.
Yeah, no, I like that is splitting hairs, and you split hairs, I think, in a fine, easily defensible way. So I would not worry about that one too much, Mojo. I will say I am worried about this run though. We did lose a lot of balls in bad, messy ways. So we're gonna see how the rest of this run goes.
And we did get a lovely $20.24 donation from Colin.
Colin, yeah, thank you
That
so
says-
much.
Jalapenos, which I assume means jalapenos. So those will be added to the pizza so far. We don't have anything going against it, so we may be eating a spicy toast.
Well, thank you so much, Colin, for helping us take another step toward spicy breadsticks once more. Spicy breadsticks, the return.
So I have more pinball questions.
Yeah, hit me.
Okay, no, I don't condone violence. Practical pinball components. Like you can do lots of shenanigans if you have a digital ball, right? Like you can have the ball stop and turn into a lady with a gun.
You should
But
get
like,
this.
do you lock balls?
Oh,
Like, is that a thing that you can
That's a thing in
do?
actual pinball, yes.
How?
Just store. I mean, pinball machines have multiple balls inside of them. So
Right.
you store one ball in the lock section to be used for the multi-ball, and then you just summon another ball to be shot back out. And then when the multi-ball gets triggered, then you just spew them all out of the lock.
Oh my goodness. Chaos.
Yes. So when lock is lit, that
Artifact.
basically just means that the lock is ready for balls for multi-ball. And usually if you just keep throwing balls into the lock, it usually triggers a multi-ball on most pinball tables. These Triclopses always give me anxiety.
Yep, they appear to aggro so fast.
They really do. And it's not like there's much else for them to focus on. They exist to make your life difficult. And boy, they do a great job.
They are
Gotta say.
bolletarians.
Their work ethic is astounding. There we go. All right, that is the third down.
Let's go.
Select destination.
You're
All
like
right.
45% of the way to a ball with just your points, my friend.
Guess, but I have no balls left, so we're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah, we have the time for the next round.
Like, this run is going rough, but also I've had rough runs get salvaged by just getting like 5 extra balls at the last second.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like it's pinball. As much as I know I'm not the best pinball player, but I'm the 38th best player of this pinball game. And as much authority as that grants me, there's a lot of RNG in this game. Like, I just got a spare ball here. That's great. That
Nice.
increased my chances of beating this run substantially.
No, we're not streaming right now.
We're gonna see how it goes.
I mean, practically got a new lease on life.
Also, a note in chat.
Hello, Matt.
Yeah, I did hear Matt from Reg's mic, though. Hi, Matt. How you doing? I don't know if Matt can hear me, but it was there's something fun from chat.
And just as far as time, we are going until 45. We got 55 minutes left.
Yeah, we've got almost an hour.
Great.
We're doing good for time.
Wish I was doing great in other ways.
You know what? I shouldn't have said anything.
It's pinball. You learn to you just kind of zen it. Like at a certain point, there's only so much you can do.
You have to roll with the punches, as it were.
You sure do.
Artifact!
Put up with a lot of baloney.
God, there's so much baloney I'm dealing with in this game. Alright. Come on. Alright, at least I got behind him before the shockwave. And usually if you drop a couple more ball bombs back there, that helps out a bunch. No. So there is technically a health bar in this game, which you'll see show up around the. Oh no! You'll see show up around the morph ball whenever I take damage. Most of the time, it doesn't matter. It basically only matters for bosses. And that was a moment where I was trying to keep an eye on my health. And those purple pickups, little polygonal stuff that shows up.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is going to be things where you'll see me pick those up and I'll gain health, and that's always nice to have. So I don't really worry about it too much unless I do start getting low on health, though. So, but as you can see, we gotta take it from the top once more. Attempt number 3. We'll see how it all goes. After this attempt, if I still haven't gotten to Ridley, I'll at least make sure that we start showing off Ridley, because that boss fight is very cool. That is
And
basically
kind of long.
It is kind of long. Yeah, it's what if the concept of a multi-ball was a boss fight. It definitely does the most interesting stuff that you could only do with this game.
It is very interesting.
I like it a lot. It's probably the coolest actual part of this game. The fight with Metroid Prime, also very cool, but mostly for the novelty of the new ability that you get. Oh, come on. I think that's the right angle? Nope. Gotta get the burrowers in that little loop. Oh no! Why'd you bounce back? Don't do that.
Get in there. You're too good for your home, Samus. Come on.
Apparently. Get in your home. There we go. It's one bounty down.
And
Got
they're
all of
gone.
those. All
How do
right.
you add a?
Cool, and we got a wall jump too. If we can get this wall jump twice before we leave this table, that will give us an extra ball, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna see if I can do that, but it's hard to guarantee.
Is that always an option if you just get up into that corner? Or do you have to activate it somehow?
I have to launch myself up a specific ramp enough times to charge up that full. See that red curly bit? At the upper
yeah,
right?
I do.
Each time I go up that ramp, it lights up a segment, a specific ramp. And then once that's lit up all the way, then it'll count as a full redirect, and then I can go up there again. So it's the ramp on the left that does that. So yeah, again, just a lot of getting good at specific pinball tables is just learning like little stuff like that. Like, how do I actually trigger the wall jump thing? So I know
Metroid
that
Mania! Oh no!
the Metroids are a pain in the butt, because again, you bounce so hard off of them that you need to make sure you're hitting them at an angle that actually works well. Another thing that can help is like, yeah,
They charge you?
Oh, God, yes. If they grab you, that's great, because then you can bomb them and do one of the 3 hits you need to do with that damage.
Nice.
And then not get completely rocketed off of them. Unfortunately, the Metroids just kind of closed in on me around the death zone. Yeah, here's the results of my lock is lit.
Oh no!
And my
How could
lock
it-
got so lit.
There's so many juggling.
So if I can get a or a super jackpot, from going up the ramps with the arrows enough times, that'll get me an artifact in addition to a bunch of points. So that's one of the quote-unquote free artifacts you don't have to do a bounty for, which is nice.
You're getting closer on your wall jump option. There it is.
Yep.
Your wall jump's unlocked now. And a super jackpot. Isn't that the one you wanted?
It is, yep. Got me an artifact.
Let's go. Let's wall jump our way into another ball, shall we?
Yeah, I need to wait for the multi-ball to be over before doing that. A lot of stuff is locked out of multi-ball.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And we get the hurry up too, so I gotta worry about other stuff before I can do the kickback ready's like the worst. Nope. I got the angle wrong for the hurry up. There we go. Did I get it at a high enough value to get an artifact? I did not. Okay. So I get that.
Hurry
I
up,
think I
me.
need the full 50,000 hurry up. So I need to get on that like immediately in order to get that value. So I know that a lot of folks at the main site for this marathon had to travel. Reg, did you catch if any of them had any fun travel stories? No, Reg might be AFK.
Oh,
That is A-okay.
We are currently doing multiple things on the technical side here. I'm keeping an eye on the donations and one ear on a few things. So carry on as you were, unless you had a specific thing for me.
No,
I got-
keeping an eye on tech sounds great. Even though I'm controlling a lot of it from my remote location, it's still very important to keep on top of that. Anyone who's run any sort of stream efforts should be aware of that. I got a
Truly.
question in chat though for how many hours I put into this game. Man, I don't know. That's a very
lot.
good question. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to like seriously consider that question. At least 40 minimum. Because like when I was traveling for Metroid Marathons, I would have to take flights, and I'd make sure that every time I was in the airport preparing for my flight, I was spending my time practicing this. And every year for Metroid Marathon, I usually make sure I get probably 4 to 5 hours worth of practice minimum in order to prepare for this. So I gotta say at least 40. I'm not certain though. Cool. So here's the phase on multi-ball that you were asking about earlier. So
yes.
as you can see, there are red orbs that showed up and blue orbs that showed up. If I get enough of them during the multi-ball, then I'll get an artifact, and they give me a bunch of points to hit. But if I hit them with the wrong color ball, the ball just bounces off.
Yes.
Now, I assume that some of the artifacts, like what you just said, those are the only way you can get that artifact. Or can you get the required amount by doing enough wall jumps and get them all from there?
So certain artifacts like you can only get artifacts from certain activities a set number of times. So for example, wall jump, you can only get an artifact from it once. But as for which artifacts they are, that's not something this game cares about. Unlike Metroid Prime, all the artifacts are the same. Don't worry about it. You just need 12 of them. You don't need specific artifacts. It's just some things will stop getting you artifacts after a while. And honestly, I'd rather have an extra ball than an artifact from the second wall jump anyways.
That tracks.
Having an extra ball helps out so much. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't lose both the balls.
Woo! That's a worthy sacrifice. There,
Indeed.
blue guy.
All right. Let's go fight the artist. We're doing okay this run. I'm going to probably make up for some stuff on when we get to the pirate frigate. So might need to spend a little bit more time there than I'd like. We will see. Sometimes I get lucky and get an extra artifact from the boss tables.
Nice.
There is also technically a table that we're not going to be showing off today, and that is the multiplayer table. And that one is Magmore Caverns. We tried to get it running once on a marathon. We were using 3DSs with 2 actual copies of Metroid Prime Pinball, which might be the most numbers of copies of Metroid Prime Pinball ever seen in one location. But we actually did give it a shot. It actually wouldn't let us connect. We think it doesn't work on 3DS hardware and only DS hardware to actually set up the multiplayer lobbies. That's our theory. We haven't tried it on regular DSs. None of us have one of those available for us to test, unfortunately. But I did hear that we got a donation. Reg, would you care to read off that donation message?
Yes, we got $25 from Ebel, or Evil. No comment.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's
No
that's
notes.
wonderful.
$25. That's glorious. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know Evil, and it's great to see them here. So thank you so much.
I want to make the pizza any worse, says Evil.
Maybe you want to re-add cheese or sauce then, because that's also an option.
Yes.
We just
Alright.
put specialty cheese onto it instead of regular cheese.
That's true. They might have like vegan cheese options or something. The local pizza place near me does, and that's nice because, as I mentioned earlier, lactose intolerance. It's not fun, but vegan cheese is not bad.
If that's the cheese you can have, that's pretty good.
I'll take it.
Nutritional yeast tastes kind of cheesy. You know, sometimes it works.
I
In
will
the
say
recipe.
the weird thing is the fact that it always tastes melty. Like that's the kind of funny thing. Right. So you saw me doing that loop a bunch there. I was in fact trying to hit the missile, but also if you missed a bunch, that's fine because if you go run that loop enough times, you get a bonus artifact on this table, which is great.
Nice.
All right.
Your consolation prize for
Exactly.
not getting missiles. Yay!
I mean, you also get one on the Thardis table for hitting enough of those icicles. So like, each of the boss tables does have like a kind of a consolation prize artifact, which is kind of funny. It's a fun way to think about it. All right,
This is the Phazon Mines
correct.
table, right? This is the one you were hoping to not spend too much time on.
No, Pirate Frigate is the one I don't want to spend too much time on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's probably fine. I think that's the first ball we've lost. Maybe the second. That's the second because we got an extra ball. But,
I do think our priorities are a little bit out of line. I think sauce is more important than cheese.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm curious of what this chat think. What's more important on cheese? The bread, the sauce, or the cheese?
That's a good question. I think a crust can make or break a pizza more than any other element of it. So I'm fully on the crust being the most important of those 3 elements. I do think that they do all need to work in harmony for a good slice of cheese. But yeah, if I had to pick, it's the crust.
Fair. Yeah.
Sauce, I think
But-
you can get the most creative with. And like, we omit sauce on our pizzas almost exclusively at this house because my I am a little bit sensitive to tomatoes, and my kid
Mm.
really doesn't care for sauce, so we usually do a sauceless option.
Gotcha.
Without the bread, you just have cheese and ketchup in a cup? Oh, Tyler knows.
What
That's
a
really
horrifying
But
image.
I mean, that's tomato
That's
soup.
just mozzarella sticks, right?
Kind of. Oh, I make a really good, like, keto pizza crust answer that's mostly cheese.
Oh man, we got an
Turned
extra ball.
into
This might be
crust
the run.
cheese
I don't want to.
pizza.
I don't want to jinx it, but getting an extra ball again.
did, though. Why did you say that?
Because I'm excited. I need to not screw up this
Metroid would
artifact.
never be balling. And here we are.
Oh, it's the bread that I made whenever we made bread commercials for Metroid Dread
Oh,
that
for
one
Metroid
time.
Bread, yeah. Metroid Marathon 5, aka Metroid Bread.
I think one of those commercials got lost to time. I don't remember if they were both aired during the event.
That's a good question.
'Cause we made fancy braided pumpkin bread too.
Oh man, that sounds so good. I remember I got bread from my local bakery to try
Yes.
between failed attempts
Yes.
of pinball. That was great. I had too much bread in my household. Because like I got 2 big loaves of tasty bread because they sounded good, and they were.
I remember the last time I
That
saw
sounds
you, we
very
went to a
good.
bakery and it was scrumptious.
It was that bakery. It was the same bakery.
was
I took
that
you to.
bakery?
Yeah, I love
Yes!
that place. Might I recommend to all those listening in chat supporting your local bakery? They make tasty food for you.
And if
you
you
could
can't
just
support
go
your
there.
local bakery, support Sterling's local bakery.
It's
I
the
don't wanna-
yeast you could.
Dox myself, however,
Correct.
if you send me a request for bakery suggestions, I'll probably respond.
Hang on, I got a needy cat. Hang on, we're going to be joined by one of the bestest girls ever.
All right, how many artifacts we got? We got 10. Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Cool. So because we
We're
have 10
joined by-
artifacts, I think I only have one more bounty on this table.
Let's go. Ow, ow, ow.
And which means I need to get this bounty, or get an artifact elsewhere on this board. If I don't do either of those things, then we'll need to go to yet another board first, which would be annoying. Also, I hate the hurry up because it blocks me from doing anything else until I resolve it.
Oh,
And
no.
in an instance like this, where resolving it is a pain, the ball's just not cooperating.
You have to
just
break
kinda need
through
to
that
wait it
wall? Ow. Extra ball, extra ball, extra ball. Nope.
Unfortunately not. Alright, I need to not screw this up. Of course, they're gonna shoot missiles here. No! Ah! I screwed it up! Okay.
Okay. You're too sharp, little girl. Get down.
Oh, we do have one more bounty on this table. Okay. So we might still get to Ridley then.
Whew. So we're halfway
Without
to
it.
an extra ball. I don't know if you can get 2.5 million points.
It's
Okay.
possible. I need to clear these guys out fast, though.
Ma'am, I put you down because you kept being made of sharp. She's pressing the elevator button again.
I need to kill these guys before I lose my force field, ideally. Which, Okay. No!
You got one of them.
Oh, wasn't enough. Oof. Alright. Now, unfortunately... Oh no! I don't want to select destination. No! Because here I am at 11 artifacts. I was hoping to get another artifact on this board before we left.
Oh.
So we're gonna have to... I'm trying to think. I think Phendrana Drifts might be the best one for us to go to, because I think if I hit enough of the icicles, I'll be good. I think I'm most likely to survive this one on a single bar, or a single life. Granted, I don't currently have a power bomb, which is going to slow down this boss fight, but also I'm trying to kind of slow it down so I can get the artifact for breaking enough icicles.
Right.
These Triclopses want me dead so bad.
Get out of here. That's what you get.
Oh, man. Come on, I gotta get in the upper half. This is so stressful. Like, I know there was that section of the Metroid Prime Remastered run where Connor was, like, on no health and had to fight the invisible security drone. I know that was stressful and all, but this is the real stressful part. No! Okay. Whew.
No, no, no.
This is fine. Okay, give me something good. Health recharge. You know, I'll take it. This is one of those instances where that's actually probably going to be pretty useful. Hey, there we go. That's the artifact I wanted.
Let's go.
Now I just need to not die. Man, the artist doesn't want me to not die, as it turns out.
Shocking. Extra ball. Nope.
Nope. No such luck. Alright.
All the artifacts.
And Triceratops is dead, or whatever his name was, I forget.
What's that, Rich?
That the Cyclops is dead as well. We got all the artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill the
100.
Triclopses are nice, but it only lasts so long. They're very good at
Now
coming
they're back. So we just have to beat Thardus again to get off of this board?
Yep. It'd be really nice if something would drop
It'd be
a
really
power
nice
bomb.
if he would quit doing. You only have 2 bars of health.
Well,
Yeah,
this
it's,
worked when we were playing Prime
oh, no.
1, but if you type in
Oh.
exclamation point power bomb, that should help us.
Man, what a way to go out. Okay. Whew, this has been a rough one this year.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's devastating.
You
Do I have
exploded.
about 50 minutes
Need the
left? Is that
exclamation
accurate?
point.
You have like
we
somewhere but like 40-ish minutes.
Okay. Now here's what we're gonna do. I'm
Really?
not giving up because these might go very quickly. However, I want to show off the rest of this game because ultimately that's what we're here for. It's like we love Metroid games. We want to make sure they get shown off. This has been a rough year for Metroid Prime Pinball. However, let's show off the Artifact Temple, which I think is the coolest fight in the game. This is after you get all the artifacts. This is the board you get access to, and this is where we fight Ridley. Assuming I can get into the center there.
It's a sneak preview of the Artifact Temple, which we will see whenever Connor gets to finish his game. Because he's definitely going to have time after Hunters.
We're gonna
Or
see.
make
We're
it
gonna
happen.
find out. All right. So this is basically a turbo multi-ball.
This is intense.
Yes. So basically, we're trying to get in all of the glowing slots. If we get these balls in all the glowing slots, and then hit one final button, then Ridley will be defeated.
So I see that at the above the timer are
How many
the
balls
glowing.
are
So does that
currently?
mean we need to go?
The glowing is the glowing orbs there is how many balls I currently have, which you'll note is down to 2, which is less than ideal. But if I hit the button at the way top of the screen, I can get an additional one, which I definitely need to do now because I just beefed it with that second to last one. And Ridley will be dive bombing here, which means I need to be careful about that.
You
Actually,
have
hitting that
4
button is a
more
pain in the butt
spots
sometimes.
To get in.
Yes. All right. All right. Oh, come on. No.
Stairs.
This game is
Oh.
being mean. All right. No. Okay. Cool. I got a second one.
force ball. You got this, Sterling. You got this.
Alright, so I just have one more to get into.
It would be lovely if you quit flying in front of the screen, my friend.
Okay. It's the last one. I just need to get one of the balls in the center there. Ooh! Ooh! Alright. That is what it looks like to defeat Ridley.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, you don't get the cool thing at the end where all the statues shoot Ridley like in Metroid Prime, because that's expensive to animate. However, that is what the Artifact Temple looks like. With that in mind...
I'm sorry to...
Oh, go ahead, Rich.
No, I'm sorry to say. So Ridley doesn't get hit at all, just flies away.
Yep, in the Metroid Prime Pinball timeline, Ridley gets off of Talon 4 completely unharmed. However, we also have the Impact Crater, which is the true final boss after you beat the Artifact Temple. If this seems like a lot to do in one sitting, it's because it is. There's no settings to make this game easier to give you extra balls or anything. This is just kind of the game you got. So, the Impact Crater, unfortunately, this boss, this is something that's not a problem fighting Ridley, but it is a problem fighting Metroid Prime with the Impact Crater, is the fact that when you're doing single mission mode, like I'm doing now, you only get one life. Which is not a problem with Ridley, because you're not actually really losing lives during that one. And fun fact, even if you did lose all your balls fighting Ridley in the Artifact Temple, you actually have to go back to another board and beat it enough to move boards again in order to try again, which is infuriating. Like, you don't just get to try again. Again, game's very fun unless you're actually trying to beat it. However, we're going to try the Impact Crater. You get to see full, FMV graphics Metroid Prime. Look at that. So we're going to see what I can do here. So basically, we need to knock her back and then use the Force Ball or to damage her exoskeleton here. The Force Ball is actually contained, if you're doing this in a normal run, in a container right where she's standing right now. But we need to hit... Oh. But it's starting us fully charged up, basically. We've got all the power-ups that we need. Basically, I need to knock her leg back, and then she'll be off balance for a bit, just long enough for me to sneak the ball in there, ideally. And the only way I can damage her carapace is with the Force Ball. Force Field, I'll take that. So, right now I can actually technically attack her, but the only thing I can really do with that is knock back one of her legs with a missile. So we're going to do that anyway, though, because it'll also help me clear out this Metroid. That'll let me do this. Bam. Hit her again.
Nice.
So this is what the first
Lots
phase
of damage.
looks like. Yes. When the Force Ball hits, it hits like a truck. And after you unlock the Force Ball, and you beat the game, you actually get to start again from the beginning. The missions get slightly harder, but also you have the Force Ball. So if you go over big ramps that go across the entire board, there'll sometimes be Force Ball points there, which will let you just become charged up and just blast through any enemy you hit in the game, which is very nice. So I knocked her back. This one, it might be a little hard for me to take advantage of. Yeah, especially with that Metroid there. Metroid just does not want to move. Oh no! Okay, well. Oh, that was a bad angle. As annoying as the Metroids are, it actually really is helpful to make sure that we have the full health that the Metroids help us keep topped up. I did ignore it there, though, because we gotta do that. And here's the final phase. This final phase does a buttload of damage.
Ooh.
However, you don't need to get the Force Ball anymore in order to do damage. I would love to get a health recharge, though. That would be great. Okay. Yeah, so Force Ball does a bunch of damage, but it's not actually needed to hurt her this time. Oh, God. Oh, this is stressful. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
You're all that.
Ooh. Ah.
And again, you only get one life here. I'll give it another shot, though, because we got time.
You do.
And then If I manage to beat her here, then we'll try one more run from the beginning. See if we can actually continue my victory streak here. Oh, thank you, Dubois.
That's my worker.
Yeah, Reg, you want to read off our new donation?
I was gonna let Mojo take this one
Oh,
if
yeah,
she
go
has
for
it
it.
up.
Yeah. Dubois with $20 says, "Go team, go Matt." And I'm going to add in also "Go currently Sterling," but also "Go Matt" in the background.
I can appreciate a good go, Matt.
Matt's intro was sublime.
Unfortunately, I literally had a work meeting during the intro, so I'm gonna have to catch the thought of that. Because I
Oh,
know
it's
I missed
good.
on something good.
Oh, it's real good.
Okay, I heard Metroid. There we go. So I'd like to kill this Metroid before. Yeah. Oh, come on. I just want to switch paddles. Ugh. Sometimes the table just doesn't want to let you do the thing. Oh, come on.
Here.
Pretty please.
Get her in the tummy.
Okay, well, there we go. And so this game was actually part of a whole series of pinball games that came out around this time. And if you look up the developers' Fuse on Wikipedia, they basically only did pinball games. But this is around the time that everybody was like, "Oh goodness, that Nintendo DS sure does have I thought that Force Wheel was gonna catch it. That Nintendo DS sure does have a second screen." Fun fact is why I'm rendering it like this, so it's very clear. The angles, like this works very well on physical hardware because you can get a good sense of the angles, but is challenging if you remove the gap for any other reason.
Right? Because there's this indeterminate no man's land.
The Switch
Mhm.
Pokemon. So if you're not missing
Which is pretty mission critical when it comes to pinball, but I think I played Partners in Time, and it had enemies that moved from the top screen to the bottom screen, and it turned out to be seamless, but I think it's a little bit more important to replicate the actual gap in pinball, so it makes sense.
I mean, that does sound like a very cool idea, though. Like, the Nintendo DS was full of, like, weird ideas, and the 3DS continued that for just a bunch of devs trying, like, oh, does this work? But yeah, there was a whole bunch of pinball games for it. Like, I remember Resident Evil Pinball was another big one. I think these devs, even though this is technically a Game Boy Advance game, did Mario Pinball, which also came out around the same time. Turns out people are hankering for pinball games around, like, 2006. I think this game came in 2006.
Now I'm just thinking about whatever was the Windows, Galaxy or Space Pinball.
Oh yeah, Space Cadet Pinball.
When someone says pinball, that's what I think of.
Oh, fun fact, that Space Cadet Pinball was part of a 3 pinball game set that was sold separately. And another fun fact is that Space Cadet Pinball, as you and I played it on Windows XP, was incomplete, actually. The full version that came out on disc was significantly more fully featured. So there's fun pinball facts with Sterling.
Nice.
I mean, because who else are you gonna get that sort of treatment from on the Metroid Marathon team?
That's another fun fact. We wouldn't get it from anyone else.
No! Oh, curses. Oh, we're so close. We're not actually that close, but I'm gonna try again.
Yeah.
This will be my last try of the box, because you've seen both phases, you probably kind of get what the ending looks like. And then if we don't get it with this run, then I'm just gonna try again from the beginning, just for one more Hail Mary, see if we can get one more win. By one more win, I mean a win. Pinball is a fickle mistress of a game. So what do we have coming up next after this?
Is it Fusion?
That sounds right. I don't have the schedule in front of me, which is what.
I don't have the schedule in front of me either, but I can. Hang on. Exclamation mark schedule. It is Fusion.
All right, excellent.
The Weather Channel works. Everything I know about the schedule is from the Weather Channel.
That's really funny. All right,
I mean-
absolutely beefed it there. We're just gonna track from the beginning. Make sure we have enough
Let's
time for a
go.
full run. Okay, yeah. Up
Right,
next is
let's
Fusion,
do this.
and I believe Mike is playing Fusion. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Excellent. Well, that'll be a
Fusion's
treat.
a good game.
Fusion is a good game, and it does have Ridley in it.
Yes.
Unlike 5 other games.
It is really funny that just some kind of cool design like space dragon thing ended up being such a recurring villain in these games.
It's got
Like, imagine
13
a world
versions.
Imagine a world where there's 13 versions of Kraid.
There are at least 3
Well, I mean,
versions
you
of
say
Kraid.
that. We live in a world where there are 6 or 7 different versions of Charizard, so, you know, I can
Wow,
see it.
I've been out of touch with Pokemon. Hold on, there's Charizard, Shiny Charizard, there's like Charizard
There's
X.
Mega,
The Mega Evolution.
Mega Charizard X, Y.
and then you
there's
can
Gigantamax.
terrestrialize everything now.
And 2 different Mega Charizard evolutions. Okay.
There's a Giga Chad one.
Hold on,
Yep.
there's a Giga Chad Charizard. What does that even mean?
It just has a more defined chin. You know, when his IVs are, you know, perfect.
When you
Oh.
perfectly train your Charizard, you get the Giga Chad chin. Crimson
Oh.
Chin Charizard.
Pokemon is one of those things that we hear a lot about at this house, and we tune out a lot about in this house, unfortunately.
It's really funny. Back when I was on Twitter, I will say that one of the terms I realized that I had to mute was Pokemon. Not because I dislike Pokemon. Pokemon's fine, but like, it's just if you don't want Pokemon, like if you're actively seeking it out, it will still flood your feed anyway. If you're not careful,
Yeah.
it's definitely one of those things. Nothing
Yeah.
but respect for Pokemon, but also it's just with all due respect, this is not why I'm here.
Oh, if you say nothing but respect for Pokemon, that's how I know you're not a fan. Because nobody hates Pokemon more than the fans.
Oh man, I've been part of fan groups that I would describe that way as well. And you ever play a little game called Magic the Gathering, Reg?
Oh dear. No, but I do actively play Yu-Gi-Oh! And boy howdy do people quote-unquote love that game.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Can only
back in
imagine
middle
for a
school.
game that's had an even longer standing.
So I have an uncle who ran a KB Toys back in the day, and Konami kept sending him cards. I think it was Konami. Whoever was running Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. I know they like changed ownership at some point, I think. Anyway, back when Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the original seasons of the television show were really popular, they were trying to get him to run in-store tournaments, and he didn't want to because it was a big hassle.
Right.
So, but they kept sending him like the prize cards anyway. So he was like, I don't know what to do with these things. Here, you want them, Sterling? And so I would show up on the playground with a big box full of Thousand Eyes Restricts. And be like, all right, who wants to trade? And I just ruined the local economy of my elementary school playground. It was great. I got so many good cards. Granted, like, my deck wasn't good because I was also like 8 or something. But like,
Oh yeah.
it didn't need to be good for me to have a great time, and whatever cool card was on TV, I could get my hands on it with my big box of Thousand Eyes Restricts.
Yeah. No, I mean, you say that like it's an anomaly, but isn't that the entirety of the show? The children constantly beat the adults and have better cards.
Oh, I didn't
So,
mean
you know what?
No, I did.
I think you were just righting a wrong.
I definitely did go to some in-store tournaments at like the local Toys R Us, and I would get my butt kicked every time because I didn't know like what the meta was. I didn't know what the word meta meant. I just knew I liked playing my cards, and they were fun.
There is a permaban on all tradable cards at my son's school.
I don't blame them. Like, it's a big hassle for anybody
Yeah.
who's, like, imagine being an administrator and then you hear a parent yell at you like, my child just traded away this valuable card for this card on your playground. What are you gonna do about this to make it right? It's like, what are you talking about? Like, you probably have no idea what's going on. You don't know what the consequences of this are. You don't know how to handle this. From a school administrator's perspective, I don't blame them at all.
Every single birthday party is like, we're bringing my cards, we're bringing my Switch. I'm like, no, we're going to like a place where they spent hundreds of dollars to let you be at an arcade or be on a bounce thing that I have to sign every single litigious waiver so that you can break your leg and there are no consequences. No.
I mean,
No,
it just sounds worse in all regards. It's like you can break legs, spend a lot of money, or we could play with cardboard.
Yeah.
You love playing with
Or
cardboard.
or you could lose Pokemon cards underneath the deck and everyone will have a collective meltdown. No.
Yeah, there's that too. Yes. So you know what? I think the name of the game is to not have any fun, which is why we're playing pinball.
There are so many other ways to have fun. We had a birthday. The most recent birthday party we went to was soccer themed. Like, it was a soccer place. So it was just everyone and like 4 soccer balls and 2 goals and pizza and cake. And then
that
they're
sounds
like
great.
a bouncy castle randomly in a corner for the siblings that don't want to go get beaten at soccer by their older siblings.
Look, kids' birthday parties always sound so good, which is why I still do laser tag occasionally.
Oh yeah.
One of the most fun things to do is, as a 30-something, call up the place and say, hi, I'd like to organize a birthday party. I'm gonna need a party room and pizza and some pitchers of soda. They're like, great, how old is the kid? I'm like, I remember doing that one time, and when I showed up at the laser tag place, they had little signs on all the birthday rooms. And it's like, this is for Timmy, he's 8 years old. This for Sterling, no age listed. It's really funny. Also, laser tag's great. All my friends say yes. Who doesn't say
Laser
yes
tag
to
is
go to
great.
laser tag? I know, right? Laser
Laser
tag
tag
pizza
is
and a picture
great.
of root beer? Yeah, I'm there, man.
They make the grown-ups play laser tag because you have to book like 24 people.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah. Oh.
I'm in there obliterating 8-year-olds. Just
That
like,
sounds great.
I have range and aim, and also like
Like basic
my
body
vest is
coordination.
further from the ground, so you can't reach it.
Oh, that sounds great. I think the best laser tag place I've ever been to is there's a place called Laser Quest when I visited Montreal, this was years ago. I don't know if this place still exists. But if you ever find yourself in Montreal, check it out because it was like a 5-story maze with mirrors and fog machines and stuff. It was incredible. Oh man, and you know what else is fun, chat? Donating to charity. You type in !donate into chat. You too can get the link to donate to charity and have a great time knowing that your money's going to disaster relief. That's like, I'm joking here, but also I'm completely serious. It's great. That sort of joy, you can help people recover from disasters and make sure they have those joys in the future. Sure, I'm being a little silly, but also serious. It's great. Disaster relief is fantastic. Donate by typing !donate today. And I am just stuck on this table. This table is not letting me free.
I think we're free now.
I mean, well, that ball's free. All right,
You're
there's
freed
my
of your
escape.
mortal
Oh,
coil.
oh, okay.
Congratulations.
I have no idea where it lists our lives actually, but
It's right
okay.
underneath the health bar, which is the big blue bar or big circle, blue circle in the bottom.
Ah.
So there's the
There's a 1.
number of balls is listed very small there. Yeah, so the HUD there is we got our score, and then above it is the countdown until we can do a combat. We got the ring is our health, and we got below that is the number of lives we have. To the left of that is missiles when we have them unlocked. To the right is morph ball bombs, which I can just lay those anytime, but most of the time it doesn't do much. And then we've got if the big ball above the morph ball bombs is for the power bomb when we have that on. So That's a full descriptor of our home.
Wow. It's just been staring at us this entire time, and I've never noticed.
Thanks for the heads up.
The heads up for the heads up display.
Yeah, so the way audit mod works is audit mod will catch something that is decided for whatever reason.
Alright, so, yeah, do we have any other fun laser tag stories? Brett, you ever do laser tag?
Oh yeah, I've done laser tag. I've hit up a few places. It's been at least a decade. I mean, yeah, at least a
that's not
decade since I've been to one. So I don't know if they've gotten any better or worse. But the last one I went to, I was really hoping to be bigger on the inside. But it was multi-level kind of a little bit, so that was cool.
Yeah, having a little bit of verticality is great in that. But yeah, I definitely get it. It's like you go back to a place you went to as a kid and you're like, wow, it's way smaller than I remember.
But the biggest problem that I had was this last time I did do it was there weren't enough people. It was like, hey, there's 4 of us or 5 of us, and it's like, we want to do laser tag. And it was like, well, it's best if there were more people. And so we kind of did wait around, and more people did join us, and it was like, okay, but you really want more people.
Yeah.
Now, I think maybe the best laser tag story I have is I had one of those laser tag things you could buy at a store, and we had like an old one from the 90s, and we bought another one thinking it wouldn't be compatible. It was 10 years later, this other one. So we had enough laser tag stuff for everybody to go to the park and play, and so at home laser tag at home was actually better than laser tag at the store.
Yeah, those were so cool. You can just turn anywhere into laser tag. Like that's a product that actually delivers on its promise pretty well.
Yeah, unlike stinking sock and boppers that popped.
Yes.
In the same vein, I had moon shoes growing up. I put them on. I walked outside my front door because I didn't put them on at the bottom of the stairs out front like I should have. I started falling. I grabbed at the door and I crunched my fingers in the door.
Oh no!
Because I grabbed the door from both sides. So the one time I wore those moon boots is a day that I crushed my fingers and it hurt.
Oh no! I tried to skip it to the bus stop once in the 90s.
Oh, I remember the skip-its. The you put it around your ankle and you
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And then you slam yourself in the other ankle with it. Uh-huh.
It's not
Yeah,
a
so-
Razor scooter, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, so I was trying to do that for 6 blocks to the bus stop.
Oh man.
Spoilers, I missed the bus because I ate it. I like lost an eyebrow on the way down. Like
Oh, you need those.
We were taking pictures that day. Like
Oh,
there's
you definitely need
photographic proof.
So every time you look back at that old yearbook, like yep, that's the day I ruined my eyebrow with the skip it.
That's the day I decided I would skip it.
I made a block and a half. I had to walk home covered in blood. I showed my mom. I was like, "Mom, I missed the bus." She patched me up and drove me to the next bus stop. I didn't even miss school.
That's incredible. Rob's a trooper.
I just want to say, Dynamation, your laser tag sounds amazing.
Hi,
And check.
Dino. Hey, congratulations on getting a slot at SGDQ, my friend.
Ooh, exciting.
Ooh.
What's Dino
Yeah.
playing at SGDQ?
Cheese from my sandwich.
I didn't look. What are you doing, friend? Welcome to Metroid Marathon.
We play all sorts of games here, like Metroid, and Metroid 2, and Metroid Prime, and Super Metroid, and Metroid Dread, and Metroid Prime Pinball.
Once we got a sheep that was impossible.
Did you mention and Metroid 2?
We play 2 types of Metroid 2 here. And that sheep was from, I believe was it Other Marathon or another
Rohan?
Other Marathon?
I think it was the first time.
Okay, yeah. So we
Meredith can
did
correct us.
a couple of charity marathons. Basically during the pandemic, we were trying to figure out how to do this remote, and also we were stressed, and so we're just like, let's do something that's fun and different, and we just all picked games that were very loosely related to Metroid. And
Doug
so we
played
did.
Lifeline.
Yep. Oh, that was so fun. I still remember that one.
So good.
Oh man, I still mix that up with Parasite Eve because I think he played that the following.
He played that the following year.
Yeah. So I think I still
We
mix
had-
up those games, which is very funny because they are not the same at all.
No, we had gummy pizza instead of regular. Well, I think we had both. I think we had pizza and then we had gummy pizzas.
But yeah, no. So one of the games that was played is Meredith played a game because she doesn't usually play games for these streams, but she loves the game Grow Home, and that game is a delight. It's just climbing a giant vine as a little robot with weird noodly climbing physics. And one of the incentives was to actually, Mojo, why don't you tell the story? Because you were on couch for this, if I recall.
I remember watching it as it happened, but there was a big incentive to go. There was one rare Arctic meep that was like way up in the sky that you could bring over. Because if you scanned the things, like your mother could read about them, and there were like funny little factoids that you could get. But this particular sheep was really far away from a scanner thing and really far up in the air, and they ragdolled a lot. And like this sheep, when it ragdolled, like its organs fell apart, like its eyes fell off into a little heap of nothingness. And
Like you do.
This sounds like kitten cannon.
it was
Cruelty.
amazing. But it wouldn't walk on the thing, and it was very afraid, and the little robot did its level best to like drag this very reluctant sheep around and like threw it off of the edge of things a lot of times, and then somehow like it would respawn but at the top, but miraculously like it survived a fall it shouldn't have. And she's like, gotta go all the way up, and everyone in chat is like, no, we see it, there are signs of life, go back.
It was a wild time. God, we had a good time with those marathons.
It was a good show.
Now, back to the Kurt marathon. We've been on this level for a little bit of time. I think this is the highest I've ever seen the score.
That sounds about right. I think because we got to about 2.5 million once.
Yeah.
Oops. Well, we might not.
But not on
break it
one
this time.
table.
Not on one table. Yeah, no, this table does not want to let me free. This table has a death grip on me. I keep trying. Every single shot, I'm trying to get us out of here, and I'm just not.
And the way to get out is to get onto
my
the
God.
ship, right?
Onto
No,
the
to
arrow?
Get onto the hologram here.
That one.
Finally. Yeah, I got 10
Okay.
artifacts from a single table. That is extremely funny.
Wow.
And
Whoa.
here I'm going into a pair of boss fights with no lives. We'll see how this all goes.
But you have to do both boss fights before you go to the artifact.
Yes.
Okay.
You do need to hit all. You do need to get all of your power ups before you can go fight Ridley.
Power bomb.
Like this run has been very weird, but also like the run's actually probably fine. Like there's still a reasonable chance we could win. I wouldn't say a great
Well,
chance.
we do only have 3 minutes left, so
Okay, maybe I'll be pushing it a little bit. I will wrap it up. I think one way or another this run is probably close to ending. We will see. No guarantees. But I think that means that my final Triclops direct death count is down to 2. So, and Mojo is going to match that. So that means that is $40 after this run that I will be donating. I'll probably be donating more over the course of the marathon, but that's the amount that you can mark down in the books, Tylenos, if you're doing that sort of bookkeeping.
Okay.
Tylenos does some excellent work in the background for us for tracking a lot of our stats and numbers for these marathons to help make them better.
he's getting donked.
He is.
When exactly is he vulnerable? Because
He's vulnerable for
just when he's
basically just a couple hits when he's standing up, and then he'll get mad and he'll go into roly-poly mode.
And then he'll make with ball.
okay.
Yeah, which you gotta kind of know when he's vulnerable so that you don't accidentally powerbomb when he's invulnerable, because that's no bueno.
They're really trying to get you to donate an extra 20.
Alright.
We might do this, and we could just say Rocket Dude is the
Good
final
faith
boss.
in this.
Alright, Mojo's trying to get that $40 out of the way before the Triclops add another 20.
Oh, I
For
didn't-
sauce, please. All right. Well, thank you very much, Mojo.
You're welcome.
I will
Thank you,
add that
Metroid
to the
Marathon, for
sheet.
connecting us to direct release this weekend. Extra
$10
ball.
away from neutral having sauce. I don't know if
think
having
default-
it equal makes it.
I think sauce and cheese are the only ones that we count as $0 either way. If they're canceled out, counts as it's included.
Yeah, I
The
would
rest of
think
them,
so.
if it's $0, it's not on the pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I net gained a life on that one, so
You did.
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see when Mike kicks us out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. At this point, Mike is liable to give us the boot at any time. He's the big boss after all. But also, I want to see if I can get a win here. Like, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mike is liable to give the boot, or hand, or other adornment of clothing.
Other extremity.
What's the most Metroid appendage? Claw? Are those
Master
claws on
arm.
Metroids?
Toes. I think they're Dark Samus's toes that he's going to give us.
I don't want to think about that.
Why do people know this is a thing? I didn't know before today.
You didn't know about Dark
Oh,
Samus's
you'll
toes?
see.
Any case, we're
Oh no!
extremely thankful for Sterling running the pinball.
Hey, I
and-
love
oh.
doing this. As much as I'll complain about this game, I do love it. Strip off this thing's armor. Come on. No! No! Ah. Stress!
Little guys.
Ugh.
Come on, one more hit. One more hit.
Shockwave.
On. Oh, that's very funny.
Lovely. And
Pinball,
Space
man,
Pirate body
you
blocking.
You can never tell how a pinball game's gonna go.
And that's another boss that has bitten the dust.
We took so long on the Talon Overworld that we just get to skip the Pirate Frigate. That happens extremely rarely.
Incredible.
But we did naturally get to the Artifact Temple at least, which means I can at
You
least say
did
that for
it!
every marathon run that we've done.
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, like, I made it to the Artifact Temple. At this point, if Mike needs to give us the boot, he is more than welcome to do so. However, I'm gonna keep going until I get the boot, or
Yeah,
until
just
I'm actually
boss,
dead.
tell us when to outro, friend. We're gonna just keep gaming until you tell us we have to stop. Maybe he tells us our mom says we have to leave. This is so stressful. We're like,
All
get
right,
off the screen.
I'm getting word from Mike. He is ready to go with Fusion, but if you finish up the Artifact Temple in the next 2 minutes,
Okay, 2 minutes to finish the
that'll
Artifact
be it.
Temple. Fair enough. I can work with that. That's actually a pretty good Artifact Temple so far. Doesn't mean
We've
it
only
can't
got
turn
5
south very
spots
quickly.
left. Yeah. The frames of the animation are on the wings, truly.
Yeah, look, when you're rendering this many pinballs on a Nintendo DS, there's only so much
You get-
extra RAM you have to work with here. Oh boy.
Yeah, Ridley's 2-dimensional and just flips over like the helicopter in
he's
Mother
just
3.
a sprite, basically. All right.
3, 2, you can do it. Yeah, the other bosses had anything going on. Ridley's just here to stand in front of the computer screen for you like a sibling.
Ridley's here to give this peril, and sometimes he actually does kill one of your balls. I've just gotten pretty good at dodging him. Oh, all right.
One more,
I'm
one
calling
more.
it.
Oh.
I technically have another life, but also I need to go back to another board in order to finish
Yeah.
that board, so I can come back, and that's going to take way more time. So, with that, thank you all so much for joining me for Metroid Prime Pinball, my favorite part of Metroid Marathon. And with that, I will hand it back to home base. We're going to go offline very briefly. Don't go anywhere. The stream's going to come back up. But if Mike says he's ready to go, I'm going to switch it off to our weather channel here, and then go offline and hand it off to Mike. So thank you, Mojo, Reg, for
Thanks,
being my
Sterling.
couch. And yeah, you'll see me in the stream chat. But otherwise, back to home base.
And nice to meet you, Reg. Everyone, keep watching. Donate to Direct Relief. We'll see you